game of Tetris is simple. And let's just dive into this because we're going to refer back to this a bit throughout today's presentation. For those that don't know, building blocks come from the top and the screen, and one by one, you move the blocks left to right, you rotate them around to best fit them together on the screen. And as you build them, you get a full row built, it disappears, and you keep making room for more blocks. And you keep going, blocks are coming faster and faster, and perhaps stacking to the top of the screen, where if you overstack, well, it's game over. And so really, the game of demand gen is very similar. It's not as easy, but your tools overall, as you're building them, come from many different angles, right? You've got product releases, content, publishers, regions and languages, especially here in Europe, webinars, events, marketing automation, which we'll definitely talk about today, integrations and sales cadence. And, as we're putting everything together, if you're not ready to make a decision on how best to fit them into the tools, things can definitely go wrong. And as you can see, sometimes if you're not ready to make a decision, you really suffer the consequences later. And so when we're playing the game of demand generation, the puzzle pieces and how they fit together are really, really important, right? Content planning, which we'll talk about in the panel, is so very important, as is, data quality and automation. I know the panel has lots to talk about as we, highlight integrations and how, data feeds into that. Good setups are very, very important. Looking ahead to what's coming up next. And then, of course, all importantly, that good sales follow-up, because if that doesn't happen and that isn't executed correctly, everything else is forgotten. In addition, the environment that we live in right now, where buyers rely on a variety of destinations for content for all buying stages, and making sure that you're constantly getting in front of the buyer is very, very important. They're coming from lots of different avenues of research. And overall, the average number of people involved in a tech purchase is increasing. Vendors are switching is an all-time high, with customers leading the charge, and purchases are becoming faster and more complex. Um, let's just add in the fact that most of this is happening without talking to a vendor, and the demand generation game is more challenging than ever before, right? So, how do we fit these pieces together without losing the game? So today, we're going to be talking through lots of different topics, and how everyone is really, really important, and how our panel navigates them for recommendations for vendors, as well as in their own demand gen strategy, to really understand how they look at everything as a holistic sense, but each piece of the puzzle, in order to make sure that they're succeeding and winning at the game. So we're going to cover content today, messaging, data, integration, sales collaboration, and optimizations. Just really a few topics for our amazing panel today.